Hello, and welcome to Project Shattered Isle. This is a channel created by me, Zol, with the sole purpose of forcing me to finish a passion project of mine. Now, what is this project, you ask? This project is a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I've been personally working on for some time now. And by some time, I mean like 5 years on and off. The setting that I'm working with here is an oceanic plain with hundreds of small to large sized islands, each with their own topography, climate, and ecosystem. Some hold fully developed societies, while others remain completely undeveloped and unexplored. There are lore reasons as to why all this happened, but I'll get to those juicy details in future content. Now you may ask, Zolt, why did you make an entire YouTube channel to force you to finish this campaign? Well, I have three primary reasons. The first is that I need some way to motivate myself. Otherwise, this campaign would have been stuck in development hell for at least 5 more years. And to be totally honest, would have had a high chance of never getting finished in the first place. The second is my need for feedback and ideas. Don't get me wrong, I have hundreds of ideas swirling around in this mess that I call a brain, but having a few people able to bring new thoughts to the table and offer criticism would really let the campaign shine. And third is that it's an easy excuse to start content creation. I've wanted to do some amount of streaming YouTube stuff for a while, and this feels like a good way to kill two birds with one stone. Now, there are other smaller reasons as to why I'm doing this. I want to catalog my progress in this kind of medium so I can look back on it in the future. I need something to do in my free time that isn't just watch YouTube. And maybe if I eventually make money on this, I can fuel some of the other ideas I have for this project. And a bunch of other things, but I'll also get into those in the future. But now we need a plan. Specifically, we need a timeline for how this channel is going to develop over time. So, I've come up with a 3-step solution that should get us there as long as I don't choke. The first is to finish the real meat of the campaign, the narrative and world building aspects, including things like finishing the full story outline that the players will follow throughout the campaign, developing an undecided amount of unique islands that are fully explorable, involve detailed and interesting quests, and provide challenging puzzles and combat, fleshing out the characters that make up the world, including adding organizations and recurring characters that have real personalities and goals, establishing a rich and deep lore that gives the setting meaning behind why it's there and what the characters are doing, and, of course, putting in all my silly and stupid ideas so that they make narrative sense. I expect this first step to take about at least 6 months or so, but I'm giving myself until the end of the year 2025 to get the world to a point where I'm happy with it. And now I can hear the question you're wanting to ask. Zol, that one step really feels like it would finish up the entire campaign. Why would we need more steps? And to that, I have a pretty simple answer. Do you really think I'm that smart? No, of course I'm going to make it way more difficult and involved. I'm way too stupid and stubborn to let myself take the easy way out and just make a normal campaign. Absolutely not. That would be way too convenient. And don't even get me started on how boring it would be if I made this channel, yapped at my camera for 6 to 9 months straight while typing into a notes document until my eyes bleed, and then just end the channel like nothing ever happened once it's done. No, we need more than that. I have to increase my suffering even further for both my and your entertainment. So here is my step 2. In 2026, I plan on learning to 3D model in Blender. Now, why the hell would I put myself through that torture? Because, of course, I want to learn how to 3D print stuff. This way, I can make little miniatures of the ships, islands, and characters and other important stuff to bring this campaign to life. And since I'm already learning how to 3D model, I might as well just learn a bunch of graphic design and commit to making a bunch of things, like maps, quest boards, an entire system of symbols that parallels my custom magic system. Are you really surprised at this point? I'm giving myself the entirety of 2026 to do this, and honestly, I'm not even sure that's going to be enough time. I'm pretty confident that I can learn to 3D model decently in about a month, and I can probably knock out modeling and printing of the miniatures in about 5, 6 months total, but having 4, 5, maybe 6 months if I'm lucky to do the rest of the graphic design stuff really does not feel like it's enough time. But guess what? I'm doing it anyway. Mama didn't raise no quitter, and I'm not about to roll over just because my logical reasoning is getting in the way of progress. But you've got to be thinking by now. Zol, come on, man. This has only been 2 steps. There can't possibly be even more that you want to accomplish. What more is there for you to do? Well, the answer to that one is pretty obvious. I'm gonna make a video game. That's right. You thought I had any sanity left? You were wrong, buddy. I'm gonna model my own characters, voice act them all individually, make a whole new coding language myself. I'm actually kidding. No, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. may be a possible step 4 eventually, but we're nowhere near that yet. We're getting ahead of ourselves. The real step 3 is something a little similar. There's a lot of software out there that you can use to make 3D maps of your campaign settings. And starting in 2027, I plan on making 3D maps of places like the ship the party uses, a couple of the important islands, and some other areas that I won't spoil here. And I also don't feel like putting a time limit on this one. Past like modeling the maps really well, all that's left is actually making a video game, and we'll see where I'm at by then before making that decision. And there you have it, my super easy 3-step plan that will undoubtedly lead to success and will definitely not haunt me for the rest of my days because I put it on the internet to hold myself accountable. But there's of course more stuff to talk about. I still am a dumb, stupid idiot with ADHD and no real ability when it comes to anything. There are a lot of skills to learn here. Artistic ability, 3D modeling, and 3D printing, just to name a few. And I really haven't given myself much time to do it. And then, when you combine that with the fact that I am a college student, that I have rent to pay, and that I have a life outside of all this stuff, you start to really see the full scope of what I'm dealing with here. But I have a plan in mind. Going forward on this channel, the most real effort you will see when it's only me on this project is like a scripted video, like the one you're watching. I would love to start editing videos eventually, but to be honest, I have enough on my plate as it is. If this channel eventually makes real money, I would be down to hire an outside editor, but for the meantime, that's just what we're dealing with here. Specifically, there will be 2 kinds of videos getting uploaded to this channel for the foreseeable future. You have scripted videos that'll act as summaries of what I finished recently, and VODs for my Twitch channel, where I'll be streaming pretty much all the progress that I make going forward. There will also be times where I might do like quick 2 to 3 minute videos, just like giving quick life updates or something, but those will be few and far between and won't make up any sort of majority of the content. Now, real quick, if you don't mind following my Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/Z0LT101, it would be a big help. There you can watch me have a mental breakdown in front of a live studio audience in real time. I mostly stream during the day as I work nights at my job, but I'll stream late when I can. Now, before I end this video, I want to talk about my immediate plans for this month. As mentioned before, I have worked on this project for 5 years at this point, with pages and pages full of past campaign notes, unfinished ideas, and general nonsense. So most of the work I'll be doing at first is compiling and organizing all of that past work so it's easily digestible and coherent for not only me, but you guys as well. That way we can start with good material, and I'll also be doing that on Twitch. Now that that is all said and done, allow me to introduce myself. Hello, I go by Zolt on the internet, Z0LT. As you can see, I'm your garden variety nerdy white guy. I'm interested in a lot of those same nerdy white guy things. As mentioned before, I'm a college student studying for a finance degree, and I work a pizza delivery job to make money. While I have you here, I want to ask whoever's watching to share whatever your ideas you have in the comments, or if you have any questions, throw them down there too. I know, it's engagement bait, but like also I need ideas, and having some in the comments would really be convenient going forward. I'll respond to as many as I can when I get the chance. But that's the end of the video. Subscribe if you want to witness my suffering in real time, and I really hope you enjoy going forward. There's going to be a lot of progress, seriously.